Abuzia makwaba about the POG media. So when as we are starting say Nigeria say na say oh my Ghana political issues na say so yagada bia ye de babesom oh my Ghana POG media so no so de echo and the urban na my Ghana mu na me share say first time and so POG media so na so subscribe ya and the any opo kwa so also better post subscription na wa hit notification bell no na wa share no for so and so etimi account obetimi nso abo the comment section on also wedding come on na POG media boys ni so eba na be reply say the jumedi no ebe interactive na ya bo the Ryan simba na say ya bo the EC office na EC office no ya bo the former EC Charlotte Osei nsem bia ono so the awa we to dwa say enya sem keto na nsem ben no be to dwa kamia ko say 2016 way back election na no na just say Charlotte Osei tenants no who say some inconsistencies be and I say a hacking system now not just on so near and adwin so be declare a year abano according to a year Simon K.Mensah the former majority of the New Patriotic Party and a cast and same way now on also at was a year Yura John Dramani Mahama Nua Penny Ibrahim Mahama and a share Charlotte Osei emani push no emani to me declare election na with that results na on also say hacking be it me course no na we na Charlotte Osei to also say Elec&Hínt bi just say enche bia no easy on also born adwuma currently no K.Mensah on also ho betimi aka on also beba as back aba born adwuma e dey the EC office me say bejebre ne abo e dey rasa nsemi that's it.
EC Wahala, the return of Charlotte Osei Claire. We all know Charlotte Osei, don't we? Now, Charlotte Osei was actually the EC boss, Electoral Commission boss. Very beautiful. In her reign, there were some people who said she was arrogant. In interviews, she would stamp her authority and stop any interviewer from rushing her. And many people saw that to be arrogant. As to whether that is arrogance or not is for another day. This is Charlotte Osei. She's done so well with the EC. She presided over elections. She was put in there by the NDC government, my brother, my sister. And when we all were tired of the NDC government and needed a change, she became somebody we all targeted. We were looking up to her. We were not ready to have an election that was rigged or even near rigging. I remember prophets like Reverend Owusu Bempah warning her that in the realms of the spirit, they had seen that she was trying to rig the elections. And they dared her to try. My brother, my sister, Charlotte Osei. Now it came out that Charlotte Osei was actually trying to rig the elections. How did we know? There's a gentleman here who used to be majority leader in parliament. We all know him, right? This is the man. Osei K.Mensah. The NPP stalwart who was in the middle of the majority in parliament at the time. He has some issues with the NPP. And for that matter, for some time now, he's taking a backbench. He has said something that has made Charlotte Osei so angry. And Charlotte Osei has responded. Watch this. Charlotte Osei drags Osei K.Mensah. Run it, my youth. This is from Ghana Web. Former Electoral Commission chairperson Charlotte Osei has somewhat hit back at former majority leader in parliament Osei K.Mensah over his recent claim that businessman Ibrahim Mahama played a role in the release of the 2016 presidential elections. In a social media post, Charlotte Osei shared news reporting a news report quoting K.Mensah Bonsu's allegation that Ibrahim Mahama intervened in the release of the election results. Now, responding to the claim, she wrote 8 years later, and the lies continue unabated. She posted this alongside the headline, Ibrahim Mahama intervened in release of 2016 presidential election results. Osei K.Mensah Bonsu. Dash it away. My brother, my sister. Now, in this interview, Osei K.Mensah Bonsu had said that it took the intervention of people like Ibrahim Mahama to push Charlotte Osei to release the results that proclaimed and announced Nana Addo Dankwa the new president of the republic. Charlotte Osei was not ready to release it because she said there was a certain hacking that happened. She said network, hacking, and all that, and she needed time to bring all the results together and be able to announce the right results. It took people like Ibrahim Mahama, according to Osei K.Mensah Bonsu. But Charlotte Osei, who has been quiet all this while, has hit back and is saying after 8 years, the lies are still here. Now, many pundits of the game have said that Charlotte Osei is on her way back into the Electoral Commission chair. First and foremost, the CJ was kicked out. Gertrude Tokono kicked out. And the next to be kicked out, according to people who know the game, is the EC sitting there right now, K.Mensah. Is Charlotte Osei coming back? Is everything clear for her to return? Is that why she's beginning to talk and relegate all the lies to the background after 8 years of being attacked? Come here, I have all the answers. Watch this, my brother, my sister. Charlotte Osei seems to be very, very happy about her return into the EC chair. And for now, she's ready to clear the air. Anything anybody says about her, she will come out and tell it the way of the truth, so that she will be able to at least have a comfortable ride back into the EC chair. What would it be like if Charlotte Osei comes back? Would it be an exoneration? Would it be a way to say, oh, you were actually right, but for political reasons they kicked you out? But what is the law saying? What are the lawyers saying about her return? Was she properly removed? Many lawyers have said yes. There might be some political undertones, but what does the law say? Can Charlotte Osei be brought back? Of course, yes. Once the laws of the land have taken you out, the same laws that so many people call asses. They say the law is an ass. It can also be used to bring you back. But what does it do for Ghanaian politics? Is it a way of solidifying the tenure of the NDC after John Dramani Mahama? Why is it that any time, for some time now, any new president that comes on, the first office to be attacked is the EC? Yet it's the same EC that normally brings them into power. Is Mahama going to go the same way? Is Mahama happy about the EC? So many pundits of the game are smiling. It's just a matter of days. It will come out that there's a petition against her and she will suffer the same fate as Charlotte Osei. And if Charlotte Osei returns, would it be a game of chess? Or it will be a hot legal tussle? Where would Ghana stand, to benefit or to lose? It is the Black Port, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Chief cries, Otumfuo have no business building Akuffo Anochi Teaching Hospital. We all know the importance of the name Akuffo Anochi. He was the one who, in legends, told all over the world, especially in Ghana, commanded a golden stool to fall from out of the skies onto the laps of Otumfuo Osei Tutu. He was the one who united the Ashanti kingdom. In fact, he was the one who helped his friend Otumfuo Osei Tutu to even found the Ashanti empire or kingdom. My brother, my sister, through spiritual means, he stood and made the Ashanti kingdom so formidable. Akuffo Anochi is so important in our history that there are other ethnic groups that are claiming him.
Sound like K.Mensah Media, message Obejopo like na so subscribe to a POG political media so any day any book so Obejopo subscription na wa share no for so ensa so etimi aka no ma hu de echo and de e bana nsema the black rasta e to bia che say eye MP before no with trimpo bi say eye about 2016 and so Emma eye the showboy na do down kwa eba aban mu ebetwa 8 years no sa about one call so no na almost Charlotte Osei so be declare na nam say na ono so NDC ni ana say NDC government no and e dey share EC office wanti na ono so ntimi hu say o declare e dey ama MPP rather than say ko no so betimi a e dey nzake carry results so much say according to the favor of the NDC and nti na omo so eba aban mu a omo be yi ni free ana say omo kika ansem the tone so say Mahama and a share today a man pushy no a day a yes results no and so at the bar a yabonting.
Where people say that Akuffo Anochi was actually an Ewe man, he was Toby Charlie. When you go to the Nzimas, they also believe that Akuffo Anochi was an Nzima and that his name Anochi simply means the small Ano or Ano Junior. His father was Ano, and therefore he became Ano Junior. More ethnic groups are coming up, and they are all claiming the great Akuffo Anochi. That is what happens when a great man all of a sudden emerges. Everyone wants to associate with you. But we all know the story of the Ashantis and Akuffo Anochi. How this great man helped to build the Ashanti Empire. It was so befitting when a whole hospital was named after him. Akuffo Anochi Teaching Hospital, a beautiful hospital that I visited so many times in my days at T.I. Amade Secondary School, Kumasi. Now the people of the area simply call the hospital G. This is a beautiful hospital. Oh my God. Now, it came to a time it started having cracks all over the place. And Otumfuo came out and sent a clarion call to all people around Ghana and beyond who have Ashanti in their heart, who are the interest of Ashanti in their heart, whose heartbeats resonated Ashanti. I contributed. Many other people contributed. You didn't need to be an Ashanti to contribute. That was what Otumfuo did. Many were those who said, Otiko Koso has a lot of gold. He could have picked the gold, sold, and built even a golden hospital if he wanted. But I think what Otumfuo wanted to do was to let the people contribute and feel a part of the spirit of Akuffo Anochi. And I supported it. Now there's a chief in Ashanti who has come out to say that Otumfuo was pushed to do that and that he had no business doing that. And he has even said things which are worse than this. This is the chief we are talking about. Now let us look at the story and quickly come and deal with the issue the way it's supposed to be dealt with. Watch the story from Ghana Web. Every government cheats us. And this is an Asanteman chief fuming. And it's called Nana Kweku Amankwasa Akwadie II. And he's the chief of Sawua. Run the story. Watch this. Now, the chief of Sewa, Nana Kweku Amankwasa Akode II, has bemoaned what he describes as the lack of development in the Ashanti region. Now, speaking at a recent engagement in a video shared by City FM on September 8, 2025, Nana Akode II asserted that the Ashanti region has not been treated fairly by all the governments Ghana has had. Comparing facilities in the Ashanti region to those of the Greater Accra region, the paramount chief pointed out what development in his hometown, that development in his hometown is nothing to write home about. Wow. He argued that despite the fact that the Ashanti region has the longest population, in fact the largest population in Ghana, it receives an uneven share of development projects. It is very painful that every government comes and cheats the Ashanti region. I'm not lying. Why am I saying this? The Ashanti region is the most populous region in Ghana. We are more than all the regions in Ghana. But compare the Greater Accra Regional Hospital to the Ashanti Regional Hospital. There are numerous hospitals in the Greater Accra region. Look at the number of hospitals in the Ashanti region. He's asking questions. It is not the Akuffo who is supposed to find money to fix the Anochi teaching hospital. But it has come to that. Why? Go to Amasamai. Look at the interchange being constructed there. Go to Flower Port. Go to Obechebelante. Go to Tema. Go to Nungua. Look at the interchanges there. From Sewa to where the regional hospital is, just 3.5 kilometers. It is undone. Why? People keep asking me, Nana, when will the road be completed? But I am not a contractor, he added. Dash it away. So, my brother, when we talk like this, we have to be really careful. So this is a chief who doesn't seem to appreciate what development is. He doesn't appreciate what effort is. And it looks like he's a chief who is embittered. Accra is the capital of Ghana. When visitors are coming into the country, most of them fly in through Accra. So all other things remaining equal, it behoves us to keep our capital on a certain pedestal so that at least we'll be able to attract more visitors, tourists into the country, if for nothing at all. At least they will give us a very good name. But this man has a problem with that. And he's comparing the capital city, Accra, to Kumasi. He says the Ashanti region, in fact, is the most populous. And for that matter, they should have some developments there. Now, the sad issue about this is Akuffo was from the region, J.A. Akuffo. Did he not do his best for the nation? Did he sideline the Ashanti region? Or did he send some developments there? Even Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo, the electricity project that was sent to the Ashanti region just towards the dying embers of his tenure. And Mary, we all remember. My brother, my sister, all these things were supposed to connect the two big cities, Accra and Kumasi. Mahama came. He played a yeoman's job in building the Kejetia market. Look at how Mahama was able to give it a lot of luster. That market, we are told, is the biggest market in the whole of West Africa. If not, it's one of the biggest. They spent a lot of money fixing it. Look at the flyovers around the area. Nana is not excited about it. He says the Ashanti region is always cheated. Now, when you look at what Nana is saying, it looks like he is more interested in Sewa more than any other place. You know, when you are talking about your own personal interest, you want it to look like it's not your personal interest. You are talking about other places, then you zoom into your area. It's good to have developments. We have a lot of cocoa coming from the Ashanti region. We have gold also coming from the Ashanti region. What have we used the gold money for? The areas where the gold is coming from, where the cocoa is coming from, should be the major beneficiary of some of these things. Because if there's any pollution coming out of the mining of mineral resources in the area, these are the people who are going to start suffering, and they will suffer the most. For that matter, they must be compensated in one way or the other. That notwithstanding, has Ashanti region been neglected? I don't think so. When you take a drive into the Ashanti region, in fact, you will realize that a lot of work has gone into the area. It is the garden city. It's our beautiful garden city, and of course, it needs more development, just like any other place in Ghana. But people like Nana have to be careful how they make their comparisons, or else some of these things will turn into tribal issues. The Gans are also here in Accra, saying that their language has been sidestepped. Just last week we talked about Obake and Akwaba. 2 weeks later, we are hearing that the Ga area in Accra is more developed than the Ashanti area. Is it a certain kind of give and take? We have to be careful it doesn't degenerate into mediocre thinking and mediocre mindedness, or else we are in trouble. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power.
Medasi so coming home na ebo edi radio medium say POG Media the eba no Ghana authentic political headlines a POG personal on sabetimi aka na wo de echo and the eba ni na o my Ghana na mention there's also subscribers to that and the equal so abrejo subscription na wa share no for so ensa so etimi aka na so hu de echo and the eba o my Ghana political stream na betimi so abo area the comment section or na wetimi edi nkomo na POG Media rant beba na yensu ya ba be ma but I see so JB at my POG